Green Eagles international and 1980 Nations Cup winning member Felix Owolabi is live with us on the news tonight to share his thoughts on this latest news of Pele's death. Felix Owolabi, thank you for joining us. First and foremost, when you heard the news, what was your reaction? This was a man that he had the privilege of meeting when he visited Nigeria. And what's the memory you have of this great football icon? Okay, I think Felix Owolabi, if you could hear me clearly, I was asking about your reaction to the news of Pele's death and what's the fond memory you have of this global football icon.
Good evening, my brother, for having me tonight. The breaking news of King Pele can be likened to the time when Pope John Paul II died several years ago. It is very, very sad and shocking that has taken the whole world by surprise. But there's one thing I believe in and I've come to realize, that today, death is universal. It is also real. So if it has come, it has come. For several months, he has been hospitalized. And one is not surprised that some few weeks ago, we were told about the state of his health. That he has passed on today, it's very, very shocking news to everybody.
All right, Felix, let's talk about what Pele represents in football history. Where would you rank him and what does it represent? For many of us, we never watched him play, but the name, 60 years after he retired playing football, we still hear about Pele. What does it really represent and what makes him so great?
For me, Pele was an enigma. Pele was that personality player who was never controversial during play and outside play. Pele endowment when he was playing, the number 10 jersey was an exclusive right of Pele throughout his lifetime. And thereafter, any player wanting to put on that jersey must have to have that type of skill and endowment. Pele on the field of play introduced what we call the bicycle kick. There were several qualities that Pele introduced to the game of football that today most players are trying to copy and are using it to excel.
All right, Felix. Felix, let's hold your thought for a second. Let me bring on respected football writer who has covered about 7 World Cup. Kunle Solaja, thank you for joining us on the news. You've covered Pele from a distance for a very long time, especially after he's retired from the game. When this news broke, what was your first reaction and how would you describe Pele in your own words?
First and foremost, I join millions of others to pay condolence to the king of the beautiful game, as he actually touched football. Pele represents the greatest of all time athletes, both in soccer or football as we call it, and he was a gentleman to the core. He was exceptional, and I can describe Pele as a gift of God, and maybe with some tinge of hard work from him. If you consider the fact that he was great at a time when the sports spectrum was dominated by the whites. So for even the whites to have the king of sports means he is someone that has to be respected. Is someone that has met, I don't think there's any other athlete, whether footballer or in any other field, that has met as many heads of state, as many presidents, the Pope, the Queen, and emperors of the world, more than Pele. So that shows the position of this man when you talk about sports. He made sports attractive to all. Most people today who are footballers were probably inspired by the skill and the fame made by Pele. He made the number 10 jersey iconic when he won it in 1958 World Cup. And never since, I think he never wore any other number except on one occasion when he wore jersey number 13. So in all, and from the tributes that have been poured on him by all players, all sportsmen, all even politicians, that shows the position of this man in the scheme of things.
Okay.
He is a great loss, not just to sports, but to humanity.
It's a great loss indeed for humanity. Kunle, let me wrap up with you on this. Where do you think Pele ranks on the list of the greatest of all time? We have a long list of names: Maradona, Johan Cruyff, Messi, Ronaldo, and the likes. But where does it rank for you on the list of the greatest of all time?
In all parameters, he is the greatest of all times. Be it the World Cup, even at club level. He played for a lowly club called Sans. If we consider that he is the only person in the world with 3 medals of the World Cup, there is no other person that has achieved that. So,
all right.
In comparison with all players, he is the greatest.
Gentlemen, we must say a big thank you for honoring our request to join us on the news tonight. Felix Owolabi, ex-Green Eagles international and a member of the 1980 Nations Cup winning squad for Nigeria, as well as Kunle Solaja, a veteran sports writer who has covered 9 FIFA World Cup. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 10.
Thank you very much.